Aloha, beautiful beings. This is Raven. Are you ready to awaken the multidimensional being that you are? Come, expand yourself with human and beyond. Transmuting your old self. As we shift from our old selves to our new being, we're usually in a pause or a transition where one foot is in the old self and the one is in the higher self. And it can become kind of confusing as you're running two parallel timelines, as one is in the 3D and the other is in the 5D. And the 5D brings you such magic and wonder and mist, as opposed to the old self that is still holding on to the paradigms of the 3D, those limiting beliefs, the separation consciousness, the ego. There's so many things that the old self brings that you do not care to wish to carry. The more that you want to let something go and release it, the more it hardwires and never goes. It hangs on longer as you're hating that part of yourself and wanting it to go. And the moment you're able to transmute the older self is almost when you start to begin to love it and embrace it. It's quite a process to be able to remind yourself where you were and where you're going to be. It's like a storybook from beginning to end, from chapter 1 all the way to the end. And although you want it so quickly to transition at a fast, light speed, I believe the transition occurs for a reason, to witness your growth and your evolution, to realize the multiple dimensions at play. There's teachings in the time between it when it gets transmuted into fully your higher self, or a new version of yourself, I should say. This new version is almost, there may be even some sabotage, as the worthiness may be at play. Or you maybe caged your old self as an identity, and that needs to be loved. That old identity needs to be loved. Maybe it was something that you may have dismayed about yourself. And it didn't bring you as much of expansionness, but it brought you the teachings that it brought you to this very moment to bring you to your new version of yourself. So it has to be transmuted as a beautiful path on your journey of life. And there's teachings on enjoying the journey rather to the finish line. And this, I believe, is a basic metaphor of this process. Accepting the state of your transition is something that we can acknowledge and try and look at each day. And despite sometimes the human emotions that we may carry that may be frustrating or with the process, or you could be sad that you don't want to be there, or there could be multiple different things. It is still something to sit with and ponder the process and the journey, and allow it just to unfold the way it needs to unfold. I think that's a beautiful thing, that this teachings of a guy, our Earth Mother, teaches us each day. Each tree, when it begins to leaf again, and it grows, it leaves it changes its pattern each time. And it's not forced or programmed. It's just what it is. It takes in the factorations of the temperature. Maybe there's some a rearrangement of the tree due to the earth shifting. There's so many different factors at play that shift the way that leaf will develop. And I guess that we can look at that as a metaphor on how we move through our different versions of ourselves. There's different factors at play that are ever shifting our evolution into our newer self. And I'm sitting here on this tree that I was taken on. I'm sitting on the base roots of it and grounding myself. And there's so many things to reflect on at this present moment. I think each day brings a wonder of decompression, of a pause of what actually has occurred. The magic at play of a deeper level of evolution. It's beyond just ourselves. So transmuting the older self, it becomes when it comes in a process of time, and that will be set by, I believe, many factors. The more we try to rush any process, we know what occurs. It never occurs because you want it to be done already. It's like speed up. I don't know about you. When I get told to speed up, I literally slow down because I don't want to be told to be sped up. And that's just out of my nature. Why would you tell someone to go faster when they're fine with what the pace that they're working at now? So I guess there's a lot of teachings that could happen in just one day. That I love just sitting and allowing the insights to unravel in a day. So if you're sitting with that older version and wanting it to go already, for you to step into your next doorway of your new version of yourself, maybe check in the mirror and just love where you're at. Maybe there's a reason that there's a delay in the transition. Maybe there's a teaching that we may be missing. Maybe there's this magical moment that it will happen, and all of a sudden you wake up and you're in that new version of yourself. As it unravels, it's sometimes you don't even see it coming. And it's beautiful that way. How beautiful is it to be excited about something so sacred and sacred and divine? Like it blows me away. I never would have thought that would occur in that day, where you're fully integrated and transmuted your older self in just one day. We're shifting at a very fast pace right now, and it is faster than we've ever had. And this is the beauty about these times. There's so much evolution that's happening. This is something new for this world, this planet, humans. And at the end of the day, I just sit with myself and did I do the best for the day, as the question I asked. And then the next question I ask myself on a day-to-day basis, was I kind to myself? And the last one is, I guess I just sit with the gratitude of the day, as there's always something to be grateful for despite what occurred in the day. You just need to look harder for it. Despite everything in an uproar or an ego death occurring left, right, and center, there's always something to anchor you throughout each days. And it's about bringing you back to that light within, to help you titrate through some of the darkest periods that you may walk through. So I'll let you explore this podcast. I just decided just to press play again. Hopefully it brings some magic to your life. And I feel pretty magical when I speak right now. I'm just purely the vessel for the divine right now. That's merely just what my role is. I have been chosen for this, and it's something that I put gratitude on each day, as there's maybe a reason why they chose me. I'm not quite sure yet the bigger plan of it, but I'll be curious each day on what actually does occur. And I'm humbled and statue as they chose me. I laugh because never in my life could I foresee this occurring. It's kind of mind-blowing what actually is occurring in my life at many levels. There's things that are unlocking that I never thought possible to believe. Those dreams and fairy tales are no longer an idea of a disbelief. They do occur on a day-to-day basis because I live it every day. The magic that occurs behind the scenes. It is true. It is real. I'm living proof of it. And I say this to hopefully inspire you, because we are all able to tap into this magic. It's not just a story tale for me, it's for you as well to witness, to feel, and allow yourself to be curious like a kid. As the more you do that, it takes the pressure off of stress, of getting things done, about having to do it right. Just give permission for that little child just to explore. And the moment you do that, it really softens the tone. And I believe these are the things that allowed me just to titrate and transmute my older self to the new version of me. So mahalo and blessings. Thanks for listening to me today. Thank you for tuning in with me today with Human and Beyond. If you feel like anyone needs to hear this message for today, please share it out or subscribe today. If you are called or curious about exploring your gifts beyond the five senses, or if you need support moving through the wounds of this human existence, please feel free to connect with me today at thecalloftheraven.ca.